So now we're going to look at the decile-wise lift chart. Okay. So decile-wise lift chart is to group or bin these cases into 10 equal groups. So if there are 100 observations, you will have 10 observations, 10 observations, 10 observations, 10 observations. Okay, like that. And once again, we have to make sure that the list is sorted from largest to smallest of propensity. Okay. So now we're going to use, okay, so let's, we don't need only these three, I think. Okay, we're going to use pivot table. Okay, so let's assume that we want to put this pivot table right here. Okay. So now we bring the case number to rows, okay, and then we group. And there are 24 cases, so you divide by 2.4, so that will be 10 equal groups. Okay. So these are the results. Okay. Now to compute to develop the decile-wise lift chart, we have to find the average cases. Okay. So right now it is sum. Actually, we're going to be dividing, so it can be either sum or average. Let's make it into average. Okay, and let's say we'll format this number format. Okay, so format it to say 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's good. All right. So now the average. So what is the total number of events we have? So the actual classes, so there are 12 of them. So the average event then is 12 divided by 24. There are totally 24 observations, right? So let's say count of classes. That's your global average of actual classes. So here the naive baseline is, this is your average actual class for each decile. So baseline average class is this 0.5. So it's 0.5 for all of them. That's your average. Now if you divide the average actual by the baseline, so that gives you the lift. So O10 divided by P10. So that's your lift. Let me format this a little bit to make sure that they look all right. And you should do that too when you work on assignments. Okay, so now average actual class divided by the baseline average, that gives you the how well the classifier does against the baseline. Now, if you used here, instead of average, if you use the sum, then you would use the sum here as well. So you'll take the 12 and divide them equally from the first decile to the 10th decile. All right. So let's so now we're going to plot this as a bar graph. Yeah. Okay. So that is our decile-wise lift chart for writing. Okay. So once again, here you would like to see the first decile, first 2-3 deciles to be as large as possible. So how well the taller the bar, the more or the better our classifier is with respect to the naive classification. Okay. If it is 1, then that means it's as good as, so if these two are the same, then your lift will be 1. Okay. Lift being 1 tells you that it is no better than a naive approach. Okay. And a lift that is less than 1 is even worse. Okay. And as you go down, that would be the case, because you're not, you remember what we're doing here is to make sure that the good cases are at the top. The propensity is high at the top. So you want good lift at the top, not at the bottom. So this is the decile-wise lift chart that is described in your textbook.